Okay, so we have the word problem here. A 40% sugar solution is added to an 85% solution to create 180 milliliters of a 60% solution. How much of the 40% solution is used? So basically with this question, the way that we have to decide kind of what our variables are, what it's going to be, is by looking at what the question is actually asking. And so the question is actually asking that how much of the 40% solution is used. So how much is the keywords? Because when we see the words how much, I know we're talking about amount, so it's important for us to remember that. So I'm literally going to just start with identifying my variables because that is key. So we're going to say let x represent let x represent the amount of 40% solution. I'll just write SLN, short form for solution. And then I'm going to say let y represent the amount of 85% solution, because those are the two things that we're talking about, or the two different sugar solution combinations, right? You got your 40% and you got an 85%. And so it's going to create 1800 milliliters. So the key is identifying your variables correctly, because now we're saying let x and y represent the amount. Okay, massive, massive, and really important to know. Okay, so now with that, we're going to come up with a couple of equations. So one of the big things is that we know that the 40% solution is added to the 85% solution, and it's going to create 1800 milliliters. So the first thing that I can start with, at least, is the actual, let's call it just the volume, right? So I'm just going to put volume like that, just so that we can come up with an equation. So with volume, I know that, again, it's the x is the amount of 40% solution, and if I add the other amount of the 85, I know that those two added together is going to be 800 milliliters. Okay, so that's good. Now the other part that we have to do now is the whole thing that has to deal with the 60% solution. So how do we come up with that? Well, we're going to start with, here we're going to make this second equation pure sugar. Okay, and let's talk about this with pure sugar. Now, in order for us to figure that out, I know that the amount, again, the amount of the 40% solution, whatever that is, if I multiply that by 0.4, right, that's going to give me what the actual pure sugar is, right? 40%, whatever, times 0.4 times the amount. I'm going to say plus. For the second, we're going to find out that it's 85% of whatever the amount of y is. And that's going to give us, we already know what the total is going to be. It's going to be 1800. But in order for us to find out what is the total amount of actual sugar, we got to multiply by 0.6. All right, so now I'm almost got my two equations, because in the end, I'm just going to simplify this to 0.4x plus 0.85y is equal to 1080, because that's what 0.6 times 1800 is. So now I've got my two equations, okay? 1 and 2. So then what we'll do is we'll just literally rewrite it, okay, just so that you have them at least one on top of the other. So x plus y is equal to 1800, and then 0.4x plus 0.85y is equal to 1080. All right, and then you guys can go from there. You decide how you want to solve it. Do you want to solve it with elimination or substitution? You want to graph it? Good luck. But if you want to do elimination and substitution, it's good. Just always remember, first thing, label equation 1 and label equation 2. All right, I'm going to let you guys finish that off. The notes are also up on Edmodo so that you guys can see them, and we can roll from there. So enjoy. Talk to you soon. Take care, guys.